In January 2022, the Government of Canada decided to allow doctors to prescribe park passes to patients. This means that now doctors are able to prescribe a wide range of leisure activities, such as walking, biking, and sightseeing, all within Canada's national parks. The hope is that with this increased access to nature, people are now able to improve their mental, physical, and social well-being in an alternative way. Now, this is fantastic news. But when I first heard this news, being the cynical person that I am, I thought, well, what happens when all these people visit parks, but they're crowded? Let me paint you a picture. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, so you decide to go to a park of your choice. But when you get there, the parking lot is extremely crowded. Maybe you even have to park on the side of the road. After foraging for a parking spot, the bathroom facilities are crowded, the trails are crowded, and now the park experience you expected no longer exists. Parks in British Columbia are hotspots for nature-based tourism and leisure, and many parks in BC are accessible to a wide range of visitors, including people with disabilities. But calling a park accessible does not mean it's always truly accessible, especially when parks are becoming increasingly crowded during high tourist season. That is why my research will explore perceptions of park crowding for people with disabilities. 6 million Canadians experience a disability, and in a United Nations report on disability, 54% of respondents state that outdoor spaces still lack accessibility standards. And what happens to accessibility when we add large crowds of people to the mix? That's what I want to find out. Park practitioners have explored crowding in parks and how to manage it, often by putting a cap on the number of visitors allowed per day, or by supplying shuttle buses from external parking lots. Academic scholars have also looked at park crowding, but often by surveying the general visitor population to see how they experience crowding. Now, the important part is that my research will hopefully pave the way for future conversations that include diverse visitor perspectives. And that's why I will conduct semi-structured interviews in parks on Vancouver Island to explore how people with mobility-related disabilities experience park crowding. Because if parks are important enough to prescribe to people for their well-being, they should be accessible to anyone who wants to visit, no matter how many people want to visit. And I ask you to question and think about this. If we fail to address accessibility in crowded parks, who are parks really for? Thank you.